It is my favorite time of the year. It is spooky time, and we finally have the Festival of the Lost available to us. And with the Festival of the Lost come all of the dinosaur armor sets. And because I care about you guys and I care about your money, I went ahead and I bought all of the dinosaur armors for myself. That way you can make an informed decision on whether or not you would like to buy the sets for yourself. And since I went ahead and I spent my own money and my hard-earned bright dust for you guys, I would greatly appreciate it if you were to hit that like button for me, and also go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. But yeah, in this video, not only will I be showing you all of the individual armor pieces from these dinosaur sets and how they work with other armor pieces that we already have, I will also be showing you how all of the dinosaur armor sets shade. Also, later on next week, I will also be making a fashion video showing off some ideas that you can possibly do using these armor sets. And lastly, because I know I'm going to be getting questions about this, if you guys like whatever my guardians are currently wearing in the background as I show off some of these sets, you can go ahead and check out the video that I released on all of my guardians this morning. And with all of that out of the way, let's finally get to my review on all of the dinosaur armor sets. In case you want to skip around to your preferred guardian, I will be leaving skip links down below. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the Titan one first. So, my first impressions of the Titan armor set, not good. I don't really like it that much. I don't like how square the dinosaur head is, but I didn't really plan on using it to begin with. I knew that a lot of these armor sets were going to be unusable, but let's go ahead and go over them individually real quick to kind of see what they look like with my current armor set. And like I said, the helmet doesn't look too usable unless you're using it with the full set. The chest plate looks a little bit better and a lot more usable. It's a very well-rounded chest plate, and this should work out with a lot of the Titan shoulder pieces. I definitely like how bulky the back is. I like the general shape of it, and I really do think that the chest plate will be usable. Let's go over the legs now, and the legs also look usable, not as usable as the chest plate, but I feel like someone can make these really work with something. I bet these will even work very well with the Thorn armor set we're going to be getting in the anniversary event. Now the arms I think are the least usable out of the set. Well, maybe the helmet, but I don't really like the arms. The arms have a quality that I hate to see in shoulder pieces, and that's whenever they like spike out like that. For example, the Moonfang set on the Hunters has that like spiky shoulder piece, and while you can make them work, I don't really like to see them. And as for the mark, I feel like the mark is also pretty usable. It has a good general shape to it. It covers the Titan hips very well. It has a nice little cloth piece here on the side that stays out of the way. This will be clipping a little bit into the thighs of your guardian, but it doesn't really bother me too much. And it has the same like butt flap that the Pathfinder mark has, which I wasn't too big of a fan of, but it doesn't really bother me as much, and I don't think it'll bother you. And like I said, I went ahead and I bought all of these sets, that way I can show you what they look like with different shaders. And as I cycle through these, you can see that the armor set shades pretty well. Something that you will notice as I cycle through them though, is there is like a red little mark right here and these little white areas right here. Now the white areas don't really shade all too well. You can kind of see that they are changing tints, but they're not really changing like colors completely. And that red mark, you can start to see that that is an unshadable area. Bungie, I thought we were done with unshadable areas. Like if I had the choice on whether or not I wanted that little marking right there, I would have definitely chosen for you not to put it right there, just because it's not really flattering. Sometimes I want to be lime green, for example, and that red just kind of ruins it. And as you can see here in the back also shades pretty well. Even the little light right here in the little backpack area shades. You will start to notice that the material right here in the back of the knee area, that one, while it does shade, it does struggle a little bit, and it tends to stay like dark and like a gray color or a brown color. So just be aware of that. You will also start to see here that there are like little designs here in the elbow area. They look kind of like staples, and you will see these throughout all of the other sets. Those little bits are also going to be unshaderable, and while they are pretty small, I just want you to be aware of that whenever you're considering buying this set. And something I just noticed that I didn't notice before is actually the Titan logo right here in the butt. You're gonna see that that also doesn't shade, it just stays white. So yeah, there are quite a bit of unshadable areas in this armor set. They are small, so it shouldn't really clash with anything you're trying to do, but they are something to be aware of. So do I feel like you should buy this Titan set? I can honestly say that it is a little bit underwhelming for me. While there are definitely some usable pieces, I don't think it's really worth the money. Now, there could be an argument made if you have the brightest available, because like I said, there are some usable armor pieces here, but honestly, definitely do not spend your hard-earned money on the Titan set, and that's coming from a Titan main. So this is going to be your hunter set for the Halloween event. And this one is honestly a whole lot better. I don't know if that is because I have a female guardian for my hunter, but this one is definitely a good one. I'm going to tell you right now, I believe you should buy this one. I like the general shape of it. It's not too bulky, there's not too much armor on it, and most of the armor pieces look very usable. So let's go ahead and start going over those. So for the helmet does actually look pretty damn usable. It does have this weird jaw area. It's part of the whole entire dinosaur thing, and it does have little eyes right here also for whatever reason. But yeah, it looks usable still, even though there is this jaw area, which bothers me a little bit, but I'm sure you guys could definitely make it work. Especially if you add on a hood to kind of cover all of the weird areas in the back. I feel like you can definitely use this to make a really cool Power Ranger hunter. Now for the chest plate, I feel like the chest plate might be the most usable piece in this armor set. It's very well rounded. I like all of the armor pieces here in the chest area. I like how there's like little padding right here. I like all the belts. I like all the little utility pouches. It's a very solid chest plate, and you guys are going to like this one a lot. The legs are also pretty damn usable. I like the boot armor here. I like the padding here on the side. I like the design here in the thigh area. And even the weird like raptor claw right here, even that is also pretty damn cool. So yeah, I would consider these legs an absolute win. Now for the arms. So these arms are pretty damn cool. You can definitely use these for like maybe a biker look, because it does have a bunch of spikes right here. There's a couple of like canisters here hanging from your wrist area. It's actually really damn cool, and I really like the shape of the shoulder. These are definitely going to fit with other chest plates, as you can see here from what I'm wearing currently. And lastly, the cloak. I feel like the cloak is the least usable. I feel like the only thing that you can use this cloak with might be the actual helmet that the whole entire set comes with, just because you are going to be missing that bottom jaw. I feel like if they made this maybe a little bit smaller, it would be more usable, because like the actual cloak part right here and the way it hangs down off the sides is actually really damn cool. I would like to see this design come in for some other cloaks. I like the way it just kind of goes back there. So Bungie, if you can implement this like cloak design, or the way the cloak goes up like that in some other armor pieces, I would greatly appreciate that, because it looks really cool. And I also like the way it hugs this chest plate. And now I will be going over the shaders on this armor, and as you can see, this armor also shades pretty damn well. You are going to notice that the orange area right here, and of course the little markings on the armor, kind of like the Titan, will also be unshaderable. But again, they are just pretty small pieces, and they won't really clash with a lot of your armor pieces whenever you do try to shade all of that. But yeah, I definitely like the design of this armor, and as you can see here, as I cycle through some of the like brighter shaders, you will see that those lines start to take those like really bright colors or the darker colors, and they just kind of highlight the set very nicely. You will also see that the actual dinosaur cloak, the eyes do change color, although they are a little bit hard for them to actually take the color that you want. So you will have to play around with different shaders yourself to see what you like. Holy crap, look at that. What shader is this? Regal Medallion? Regal Medallion looks really nice on that cloak. Consider using this one, because look how it like shades all of the little folds in the cloak. That's really nice. I like that. So like probably mix that with a different shader, so that way this part looks cool. But yeah, Regal Medallion, guys, I didn't even think that would look cool. This might be actually a really good cloak. I feel like you guys might prove me wrong on the cloak. because even though I'm not seeing it right now as far as mixing well with other armor sets, I feel like you guys can easily prove me wrong there. And this time, as I'm cycling through more shaders, that way you can kind of see what you like, I will definitely recommend that you buy this set, whether that be with silver or any brightness that you have. Hunters are definitely going to be using this set very often, and I feel like this set will work its way into the fashion meta pretty damn quick. Okay, and now it's time for the Warlock, and as you can see here, the Warlock actually also looks pretty damn dope. I like it a lot. I feel like I would buy this myself. Okay, so let's start going over these armor pieces. The helmet looks pretty damn cool. Look how it looks with my Heathen Lord stuff. The helmet right here is still rocking its default shader. So for some reason, whatever shader I have on here, I forgot what it was, Virtufied Duality, I believe. Those two fit pretty well together. And it also has this cool effect right here in the middle of the visor. I like the way all of the little horns kind of just go backward. It's a really solid helmet, and I can see a lot of Warlocks using it. Now for the main attraction, let's go for the robes. The robes look awesome. You can definitely already see that Warlocks are going to be using these robes for forever. It has a bunch of padding. It has fur around the neck area, which I know a lot of people like. I like all of these pouches around the belt area. This can really be used for a really cool tactical Warlock build. Now the gloves. The gloves are also pretty damn solid. I like the coloring right here. I like whatever symbol that's supposed to be. I like how they actually customize the gloves where they have like gloves on top of gloves almost. I like the straps that go around it. These are very solid gloves, and I honestly feel like a lot of the Warlock gloves are pretty boring, and these are pretty interesting. As for the legs are probably the weakest link in the whole entire set. As you guys know, I talked about it in the other video that I did earlier today. I like it whenever Warlock legs have a lot going on in the thigh area, whether that be straps or armor, because it really makes it more interesting, especially whenever you're rocking like Heathen Lord robes, because they are very open, or any other robes that have like an opening where you can really show off your leg armor. Now the bottom of the boots do look pretty cool, but I don't think that excuses the lack of armor up here. So yeah, you probably won't see too many Warlocks using these legs. As for the bond is pretty cool. I like whenever bonds are spiky and whenever they try to make a statement. I like big bonds. I like bonds that glow. I just like it whenever they look different, and this one definitely looks different, and it will probably come in handy sometime in the future. And now let's go over the shaders for the Warlock, and as I cycle through these, I want you to pay attention to some very big unshadable areas, or some are unshadable and some are a little bit tough to shade. So let me first point out the little lines right here. Those are actually unshaderable. As you can see, as I'm cycling through these, you're gonna see that they kind of stay orange. They do sometimes seem like they're changing like tints, but for the most part, yeah, they're gonna stay orange, and that might clash with some of your stuff, but it also might not. It really depends on you. You're also going to notice this little area right here in the middle, and all of this like little design around the robes. You're gonna see that while it is shaderable, you can mostly see it with, let's see, there was a shader back here that you saw it with, right here. You can see that they are shaderable, but you're going to notice that they are still tough to shade. For the most part, they're gonna stay like that, like off-white color or like a tan color, so just be aware of that. And you're also going to see the same thing with that center flap as well. And something I just noticed as I'm making this, you can also see right here, there are like little arrows. Those will practically always be white. They will sometimes get a little bit darker, but for the most part, they're going to stay white. But the rest of the set doesn't shade too bad. You can see that the fur is changing colors with the shader. You can see that the eyes up here on the helmet are also changing color. Even the spikes on the actual armor pieces are changing color, so that's not too bad. You're also going to notice that the like pants right here, those are also not as tough as the little flaps, but those could be tough as well to shade. Ooh, the atmospheric glow looks pretty good on these. I'm getting some ideas. Another thing that I want you to notice is that the like center thing that I pointed out earlier on the visor, that also doesn't change color. And it's a really good thing that that is kind of a neutral color and it's a small area in the armor, because I don't really see it clashing with anything. But again, it's something that you should be aware of. Now, would I recommend that you buy this set? I would honestly recommend it. I'm not a Warlock main myself, and I feel like even if I didn't have to make this video, I would buy this, not only because of the robes, but also because of that helmet. I really like the way that helmet looks with my current Heathen Lord robes. And also, everybody likes fur. Well, actually, I will be careful with saying everybody because I know not everybody likes it, and a lot of you like to be a little bit different. But I definitely think that for the most part, a lot of you are going to very much appreciate the fur on the armor. I can see you guys combining it with maybe like the Kristocrene set if you want to make like a very warm looking hunter. So yeah, definitely go out and buy this, whether that be for Bright Dust or Silver, because I feel like Warlocks are going to be using this set for a very, very long time. Okay, so that's going to be it for my review on all of the Dinosaur armor sets. To kind of reiterate, I really don't think that you should spend your money on the Titan set. However, there are some usable armor pieces in there if you still want to grab it for Bright Dust, but my favorite one of the three is definitely going to be the Hunter armor set. I can see a lot of those pieces being a part of the fashion meta for a very long time, but the Warlock isn't far behind, especially with the fur on the robes. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video, Guardians. Remember to hit that subscribe button because I will be making fashion videos with both the Dinosaur armor and all of the Festival of the Lost Masks, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you are looking for some more spooky content from me, don't forget that I did release a video going over some pumpkin titans, and I think I plan on making one for the Hunter and the Warlock as well, but plans can change. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and also leave me a comment down below with your thoughts on all of the armor sets. Remember, when giving your opinion, please be nice and respectful, don't just be a little hater. Also, go ahead and click on one of the videos showing up in the end card right now, and Guardians, as always, stay beautiful.